Harmful microorganisms. Microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Some of the microorganisms cause disease in human beings, plant and animals, such as a disease causing. Microorganisms are called pathogens. Some microorganisms spoil food, clothing, and leather. Let us study more about their harmful activities. Disease causing microorganisms in humans. Pathogens enter our body through the air we breathe, the water we drink, or the food we eat. They can also get transmitted by direct contact with an infected person or carried by an animal's microbial disease that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, or physical contact are called the communal disease. Example of such disease include cholera, common cold, chicken pox, and tuberculosis. When a person suffering from common cold sneeze, fine droplet of moisture carrying thousands of virus are spread in the air. The virus may enter the body of a healthy person while breathing and cause infections. Then how do you prevent the spread of communal diseases? We should keep a handkerchiefs on the nose and mouth while sneezing. It is better to keep distance from infected persons. All mosquitoes breed in water, hence one should not let water collect anywhere in cholera, tires, floor, pot, etc. By keeping the surrounding clean and dry, we can prevent mosquitoes from breeding. Try to make a list measure which help to avoid the spread of malaria. Some common human causes by microorganism. Human disease creative microorganism made of transmission prevent measles. Tuberculosis, measles, chickenpox, polio. Bacteria, virus, air contact, air water. Keep the patients in complete isolation. Keep the personal belongings of the patient away from those of the others. Vaccinations to the given at suitable ages. Cholera, bacteria, water, food. Maintain the personal hygiene and good sanitary habits. Typhoid, bacteria, water. Consume properly cooked food and boiled drinking water. Vaccination. Hepatitis A virus water. Drink boiled drinking water. Vaccinations. Malaria, protozoa. Use mosquito net and repellent spray. In injections and control breeding of mosquitoes by not allowing water to collect in the surroundings. Some of the common diseases affecting humans, their mode of the transmissions and few general method. Prevention are shown in table 2.1. The disease causing microorganism in animals. Several microorganisms not only cause disease in humans, plant, but also Robert Koch 1807 discovered the bacteria Bacillus anthracis which cause anthrax diseases. In other animals, for example, anthrax in dangerous humans and cattle disease caused by bacteria. Foot and mouth disease of cattle is caused by virus. Disease cause a microorganism in plant. Several microorganisms causes disease in plant like wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apples, and other. The disease reduces the yield of crops. See tables 2.2 for some such a plant. Disease they can be controlled by the plant disease, microorganism, mode of transmissions, citrus canker, bacteria, air, rust of wheat, fungi, air seed, yellow vein, mosaic brand, oreca, virus, insect, use of certain chemical which kill the microbes, food poisoning. Bojo was invited by the friend to a party and ate a variety of food stuff. On reaching home and started vomiting. One had to be taken to a hospital. The doctor said that this condition could be due to food poisoning. Paheli wonders how food can become a poison. Food poisoning could be due to the consumptions of food spoiled by some microorganism. Microorganisms that grow on our food sometimes produce toxic substance. These makes the food poisons causing serious illness and even death. So it very important that we preserve food to prevent it from being spoiled. Food preservation in chapter 1, we have learned about the method used to preserve and store food. Then how do we preserve and cook food at home? You know that the bread left unused under moist condition is attached by fungi. Microorganisms spoil food emits bad small had bad taste and changed color is spoiler food and chemical reactions. Paheli for some mangoes, but she could not eat them for a few day later. She found that they were spoiled and rotten, but she now that the mangoes sprinkles her grandmother's milk does not spoil for a long time. She is confused. Let us study the common method preserving food in our homes. We have to save it from the attack of the microorganism. Chemical method. Salt, edibles, oils are the common chemical generally used to check the growth of microorganism. Therefore, they called a preservative. We add salt or acid preservations to fix to the prevent attach of microorganisms. Sodium benzoate and sodium meta bisolate are common preservations. These are also used in jams and square to check their spoilage. Preservations by common salt. Common salt has used to preserve meat and fish or eggs. Meat and fish are covered with dry salt to check the growth of bacteria. Salting is also used to preserve amla, raw mangoes, tamarind, etc. Preservations by sugar. Jams, jelly, squash are preserved by sugar. Sugar reduced to moist content which inhibit the growth of bacteria which spoil a food. Preservations by oil of vinegar. Use of oil vinegar prevents spoilage of pickles because bacteria cannot live in such an environment. Vegetable, fruit, fish, and meat are often preserved by this method. Heat and cold treatment. You must have observed your mother's boiling milk before it is stored are used. Boiling kills many organisms. Similarly, we keep our food in the refrigerator. Low temperatures inhibit the growth of microbes. Why does the milk that comes in pigs not spoil? My mother told me that milk is best suited for pasteurization. Pasteurization milk can be confused without boiling as it is free from harmful microbes. The milk is heated to about 70 degrees Celsius to 15-30 seconds and then suddenly chilled and stored by doing so it prevents the growth of microbes. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. It is called pasteurization. Storage and packaging. These days, dry fruit and even vegetables are sold in sealed or airtight packet to prevent the attack of microbes. Nitrogenifications. You have learned about the bacteria rhizobium classes 6 and 7. It is involved in the fixation of nitrogen in the leguminous plant pulse. Recall that rhizobium lives in root nodules. Leguminous plant 2.9, such as beans and peas, with which it has a symbiotic relationship. Sometimes nitrogen gets fixed through the actions of lighting, but you know that the amount of nitrogen in the atmosphere remain constant. You may wonder how. Let us understand this is the next selections. Nitrogen cycle. Our atmosphere has 78% nitrogen gas. Nitrogen is one of the essential constituents of living organism as a part of proteins, chlorophyll, nuclei, acid and vitamins. The atmospheric nitrogens cannot be taken directly by plant and animals. Certain bacteria and blue-green algae present in the soil fix nitrogen from atmosphere and convert it into compound of nitrogen. Once nitrogen is converted into these a usable compound, it can be utilized by the plant from the soil through their root system. Nitrogen is then used for the synthesis of plant proteins and other compound. Animal feeding or plant get these protein, and other nitrogenous compound. When plants and animals die, bacteria and fungi present in the soil convert the nitrogenous waste into the nitrogenous compound to be used to plant again. Certain other bacteria convert some part of the nitrogen gas, which goes back into the atmosphere. As a result, the percentage of nitrogen in the atmosphere remain more or less constant. Nitrogen cycle, compound of nitrogen in the soil. Bacteria turns compound of nitrogen into gases and nitrogens. Atmospheric nitrogens, lightning nitrogen fix the bacteria, fixing atmospheric nitrogens. What you have learned? Microorganisms are too small and are not visible to unaided eyes. They can live in kind of environment, ranging from ice cold climate to hot springs and desert marshy land. Microorganisms are found in air, water, and in the bodies of plant and animals. They may be unicellular, multicellular. Microorganisms include bacteria, fungi, protozoans, some algae. Virus, though the different from the above mentioned living organisms, are considered microbes. Viruses are quite different from other microorganisms. They reproduce only inside the host of organism. Bacteria, plant or animal cells. Some microorganisms are useful for commercial production of medicines and alcohol. Some microorganisms decompose the organic waste and dead plants and animals into simple substance and clean up the environment. Protozoa cause serious disease like the dysentery and malaria. Some of microorganisms grow on our food, can cause food poisoning. Some microorganisms raised in the root nodules. Leguminous plant, they can fix nitrogens from air into soil and increase the soil fertility. Some bacteria present in the soil fixes nitrogens from the atmosphere and convert into nitrogens a compound. Certain bacteria convert the compound of nitrogens present in the soil into the nitrogen gas, which is released to the atmosphere.